Hi guys, welcome back. Hari. This is my official first video of 2026 in terms of like the first time that I filmed this year. Sorry I was gone. January was quite boring because I was sick for like 3 weeks out of the 4 weeks of January. I thought I would do a different kind of sit down video and talk about the media I've consumed in January 2026, because January was, again, because I was sick, it was a very media heavy month for me. It made me realize, I already knew this, how much I just love long movies and watching movies, and it gets me off my phone. I'm not gonna do this video every month, but I'm gonna try and do it like quite frequently because I, again, consume a lot of media on a daily basis. I am currently unemployed, so I just have extra time to watch stuff and actually enjoy stuff and be off this phone. I feel like January there was a really high amount of thriller shows and movies. The month of January I watched 9 TV shows or like miniseries. Movies, I watched 20 movies in the month of January and 1 rewatch, so 21 movies technically, and then I read 1 book. Let's begin with the TV shows. First one, it came out on the 1st of January, bright and early to start the year. Runaway, Harlan Coben. I love Harlan Coben shows. This is my fifth Harlan Coben show. A lot of people online, and there's a lot of discourse about his shows, about how they're predictable, how they're slow. I think they're really nice. I always enjoy it. His shows are very specific. They're first of all British, which is like I love, but also there's always a specific kind of plot twist or kind of feeling of the show that other mystery or thriller shows don't have. And to me it was unpredictable. There was one part, I'm not gonna spoil it, there was one part that I thought was very not necessary, and I feel everyone agrees with me on that one. But overall I really enjoyed it and I gave it a 4 out of 5. Because then the next one we watched, I don't know if this is the actual order of everything we watched, but I'm just gonna say it as I wrote it down. His and Hers. Oh my god, this one had only 6 episodes, I believe. It was so good. I didn't know what to expect. There was a point towards the end of it that my mom actually did predict something, not like the very end, because there is like the last episode, the first 20 minutes you kind of figure everything out, but then there's still like 15 minutes left, and then you're like, something's gonna happen, and those last 50 minutes I don't think I could have ever figured out. His and Hers, I'm giving a 4.5 out of 5. It was so good. We watched The Girlfriend. This is on Prime Video. Kind of like the overall vibe of the show, it's kind of like Tell Me Lies a little bit, like not obviously not as fucked up as Tell Me Lies is, that's a bit intense, but it's like the same kind of psychological thriller vibe. Again, I had only 6 episodes. The first 3 episodes are very different than the last 3 episodes. The first 3 episodes are very slow and the last 3 are very fast. And I just love shows where it's like literally just so psychotic and where you don't know whose side you're on. Also, The Girlfriend, I'm giving like a 4 out of 5 because I wanted more. I feel like the ending, like the last 5 minutes, I was like, oh my god, yes, and then they ended it. Then going down the Netflix route, I watched Beast in Me, which I really liked. This one came out a while ago, like it wasn't anything new, but I really enjoyed it. Everyone says it's very slow. I thought it wasn't. I thought it was perfectly paced because you're seeing the intricacies of this man's brain. The more you kind of watch the show, the more you're like, oh my god, like it's so, not necessarily creepy, but it's so crazy how like intricate like a psychopath's brain is in a way, because the whole show you don't actually know if he did it or not, which I really liked until the very end. So the first like 7 episodes, you're like kind of like on the edge of your seat trying to see like, you don't feel bad for him per se, but you're kind of just like, maybe you want to give him a chance. I really liked it. Like it was such a good story, I thought. Then I watched Seven Dials, which is the last one I watched. Only 3 episodes. Like this is like a mini series, and they're quite like, they're like almost an hour, not even, so it's like literally like a longer movie. We watched it really fast, but yeah, it was cool. It was like very like fast, I thought. And the ending, again, similar to like The Girlfriend, I really wanted more. I really like Martin Freeman's character in this as well. Did I say Beast in Me? Give a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. Seven Dials, I give a 4 out of 5. Then I watched Expats, which I don't remember how I got to the show, but it's with Nicole Kidman and it's on Prime Video. And I thought it was gonna be like more psychotic. It is a little bit of like a psychological thriller, I think it's what it's labeled as, but I don't know, because it was super slow. Like, we still finished it because we were like, it's only 6 episodes. Nothing really happens, but also a lot happens. The premise of the show is that this family, they lose a son. He just gets lost in the market and never found again. Like, it's just a crazy storyline, and the whole time you're seeing this family dealing with this loss. Meanwhile, there's another story happening which you don't know how it's connected, but then it gets connected in the end. You kind of just know what happened and then them dealing with it, but then that's it. Like, there's not really a resolution to it. So if you like shows that are like kind of slow, thinking about loss and dealing with certain like challenges in the family, maybe watch it. And also it's Nicole Kidman, so you know it's gonna be good. It's like a 3 out of 5. Again, not very memorable, just pretty average for me. So then my mom randomly just stumbled upon the show called The Survivors. It's an Australian show. Again, loved it. It's 8 episodes, and I love like a storyline that you get the characters established. Like, there's a lot of characters in the show. Figure out your own conclusions based on everything that you're told. In the end, the person who did it, you wouldn't think they did it, or they were at fault. It's kind of one of those stories that's like, forget everything you believe. Like, everything that they thought happened, or they thought they believed happened, didn't actually happen, and it was something very different. I also give The Survivors like a 3.5 out of 5. Next show, or part of a show I watched, is I watched season 2 of Man on the Inside. This one came out in October, but whatever. Very heartwarming. The second season, it was much more heartwarming because you get to see the characters from season 1 and you get to find out more about them and get more like closer to them. So yeah, I get this like a 4 out of 5. It's a very heartwarming show to me. Feel good, short, snappy, quick. Then I finished Heart of Dixie. Guys, I'm so upset. Like, this show, I actually remember vividly when I was first starting to get into shows when I was like 15, because I was really into Grey's Anatomy. I'm really into medical shows in general. Heart of Dixie kept coming up for me as a suggestion, but I never had any streaming platform that would play it, because it was still also, I was very young at that point and it had just come out when I remember seeing all the ads for it and stuff. And I remember when I saw it on my Prime Video, I saw it back in November, guys. This has been a long project of mine to finish a show. And when I saw it in November, I immediately clicked on it because I remember like 10 years ago it coming up for me and me wanting to watch it. It took me a while to watch it because when I was back home for a month, they didn't have it on the Prime Video in Serbia. Like, they didn't have the episodes, and I tried to get a VPN, but Prime Video can detect a VPN, which is crazy to me. This show has become one of my favorite shows, and it's better than Gilmore Girls. I am a Gilmore Girls lover. Like, I love Gilmore Girls, but only up until a certain point. And there are certain seasons and episodes that I cannot watch. I hate certain things. It's too teenage for me. Heart of Dixie, I'm gonna be honest, has not a bad episode. All 4 seasons, there's one episode that I hate, but that's a different story. I love it, and I love all the characters, like, except George. I don't care about George. I like all the characters. It's actually filmed on a lot of Gilmore Girls, which is why I think it speaks to me. So if you take Virgin River and Gilmore Girls and put it together, you might get this. And in the end, like, all the questions were answered. Everything was tied with a bow. Every question that I had, every loose end got tied up. Like, I've never seen such a good ending of a show, and I already want to rewatch it. But yeah, definitely 5 out of 5. It was so good. Now we go to the movies. First, Mama and I started the year off with a classic rom-com, Sleepless in Seattle. I'm actually gonna go to my Letterboxd, because I started logging movies in Letterboxd. I was a film student and I felt a lot of pressure to get Letterboxd, but for the wrong reason. All my friends were like super into logging movies and like very strict. I'm very like chill on my reviews. Like, I give movies very high reviews. Actually would rate like bad movies like a 5-star. But now that I have this pressure off, now I really like logging movies just so I know how many I've watched. Sleepless in Seattle, I gave 4.5 stars. I think it was really cute. I love Tom Hanks. I think he is so charming. He's so lovely, such a good actor. I really like him. Then the day that it came out, we watched People We Meet on Vacation. Love Rosie is one of my top 5 favorite movies. I love a friends to lovers storyline in real life, in the media. Friends to lovers will always have my heart. I read this book literally when it came out, so I didn't remember any of it. I was like, I need to reread it because I heard that a lot of scenes were missing, and I remember vividly there being more to the story. I gave it 5 stars. Like I said, I know it doesn't deserve 5 stars, but in my head it does, because I thought it was perfect. Tom Blythe and Emily Vader, I love the chemistry between them. I wish it came out in summer, because this made no sense. And I wish it was longer, honestly. If there's like a movie adaptation or a TV show adaptation from a book, I tend to separate the two because it's an adaptation. It's not a retelling. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio ever. I know already going in it's not gonna be the same, and some people don't have that. Oh, next one I watched, I really enjoyed it. It was randomly on TV when we were like scrolling through the channels here with Tom Hanks. What the fuck? That was so good. I gave it a 5 stars because this movie got pretty bad-ish reviews because it was slow. But people don't get it. That is exactly what makes it beautiful, because it's such an amazingly made movie. It's made in this one house, and the camera is in one position the whole movie, and you get to see the generations of people who lived in this house through this one shot. And the editing is so well done, and the ending made my mom and I both cry. Like, it was just absolutely gorgeously made. It shows the simplicity of just living in this one house that has so much history in it, and then in the very end, the camera switches and it's like such a powerful moment. And it's so cool how it's all filmed just from one singular angle. We watched Killer Heat. It's with Shailene Woodley. I gave it a 1.5 stars. That's for me crazy because, as I said, I never get anything like less than 2 stars, 2.5 stars. This one was just predictable. I predicted the ending. Like, I love Shailene Woodley. It was just a very fun movie to watch, but the ending, I completely figured it out. Then I watched He's Just Not That Into You, another one from the list of my rom-coms. Loved it. I will give an excuse to any behavior by anyone. Like, I'm very much like, oh, but it's fine, like they didn't mean it. Or, but like, when it comes to men, if he's not doing something, it's because he's not into you. That's simple as that. Like, it was such like a cute movie. I gave it 4 stars. This is gonna be very controversial. I'm gonna get shot on for this. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I gave 2.5 stars. I didn't like it. I feel so bad because it's one of my best friend's favorite movies. And maybe I wasn't in the right mindset. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood. Because I am, before you come for me, I love animated movies. But something about this I just thought was so unnecessary and just too much. I'm sorry, I legit hate myself for this. It just didn't hit the same. Like, it wasn't memorable to me. My Best Friend's Wedding, another one from my rom-com list, gave it a 3 stars. Julia Roberts, Cameron Diaz. Again, another thing, friends to lovers, but it's not There's No Lovers. Like, it's like one of the only movies that I've seen where the friends don't become lovers, which is very interesting. Sorry, spoiler, by the way. But it was just a very cute feel-good movie. There was a moment where I was very annoyed. There's something with me in rom-com is there are some moments where I cringe. Then I watched Sound of Metal. Oh my god, guys. I grew up really fascinated by deaf culture. Like, I watched Switch My Birth when I was really young, and I learned ASL, and I also know some BSL. This one, really, I loved it. I really liked it. It's about this drummer in a band who one day wakes up and like his hearing is gone, and it's so scary. Give it a 5 stars because also the sound design is amazing. They basically they switch between like normal hearing like we have, like people have, and then his hearing, which is like nothing. You really you feel uncomfortable. You're like, oh my god, like I hear what he hears, and it's like, so I can't imagine what it's like. Then watch Goodbye June. I'm very into sad movies, so it's also another thing. Goodbye June with Kate Winslet. I cried at the end. I mean, I already knew I was going to cry, but I didn't realize I was going to because I knew what it was about. Nothing gets me quite like a letter. Like, when there's a letter at the end of a movie about like when they're gone or after they're gone, and there's like a voiceover of a letter they wrote, that's where I lose it. Like, and every single movie. Girls All the Way Down, very shocked. I gotta give it a 4.5 stars. I was a John Green fanatic my whole life. I love John Green. This was good. I really enjoyed it, and the way that it was made as well, and the storyline, and the mental health awareness, and the ending, like the little quote that someone says. I can't really spoil it, but it was just so well done. I really enjoyed it. Saltburn, 3 stars, pretty average. The Things I Hate About You, another one from my rom-com list, gave it a 3.5 stars. This is so far I think the only rewatch I did. I've seen this before, but it was like years and years ago. I really like this movie, but I think it's really cute. Like, I'm not gonna lie, usually when there's always like kind of conflict in the movie, like there's always like in a rom-com there's always a moment where something big happens and then the guys or the girl is mad at the other person. Here it was at the end of the movie pretty much, and then 2 minutes later they made up, and I was like, okay, cool. Plus One, another Friends to Lovers, I gave it 4 stars. My absolute favorite storyline. I really want to rewatch the movie because I was really sick that day when I was watching this. About Time was another rewatch. I watched this movie long ago, something about it, I gave it 4 stars, but I don't know, again, maybe because I was really sick that day, it didn't change my life. And I hear people still to this day on TikTok, Instagram, social media, everywhere talk about how impactful this movie was, how this movie changed their life, how the meaning behind the movie was like life-changing. To me, I was like, did I miss something? Because I remember the first time I watched it as well, I don't remember anything about it. That's how unmemorable it was. Next, 27 Dresses, give it 5 stars. I never seen this movie before. I fucking loved it. Oh my god, Katherine Heigl, first of all, love her in Life as We Know It, so I already knew I was gonna love this one. I also love the guy in it. I forgot his name, sorry. I didn't expect to like it this much, but I thought it was so good. Like, it's definitely up there with my top 10 rom-coms. Love and Other Drugs, I remember watching years and years ago, and I don't remember it being this bad. I remember being about like this girl who has Parkinson's, but I don't remember it being so bad in terms of like they barely talked about the Parkinson's. The first half of the movie was just him being a jerk, and the whole time I just about Viagra. Like, I was like, what? I thought it was gonna be more about them dealing with her having Parkinson's. Then I found this one on Netflix. It's called Which Brings Me to You. I really liked it. I gave it 3 stars. It's with Lucy Hale and Nat Wolff. They meet at a wedding, and then they spend the whole day and night talking to each other about their past loves. But it's such a nice way, like in a way of like where there's no judgment. They're very free to talk to each other. Yeah, through these stories they tell each other, they're actually falling in love with each other more and more. Then She's the Man, another one from the list, 4.5 stars. Channing Tatum, I mean, Hitch, Will Smith, 3.5 stars. Also enjoyed it a lot. Maid of Honor with Patrick Dempsey, and another rewatch. I watched this movie when I had my Patrick Dempsey phase, when I was into Grey's Anatomy. I remember a lot from it, from when I watched it before, but now which is way better. I gave it 5 stars. I really liked it. Another Friends to Lovers story. It was just a classic movie where he changes for her, and I really liked it. Yeah, so that's that. And last thing, books, or one book. I finished A Court of Frost and Starlight. So I have been reading the ACOTAR series since October, and I'm on the 5th one now. I'm the last one now. But nothing, and I mean nothing, for me will beat A Court of Mist and Fury. I know that people say that A Court of Wings and Ruin is better. I don't agree. A Court of Mist and Fury, genuinely, I swallowed that book up. I told everyone about that book. That book to me was better than any of the other books in the series. I think I gave A Court of Frost and Starlight 4 stars. Yeah, to me, A Court of Mist and Fury is a 5-star read. I don't know, something about that book drew me in. It's too short for me. Like, I wanted a bit more, which I think a lot of people agree with. But yeah, but now I'm gonna continue with the last one, which I forgot the name of now. Great. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was really fun to make because like I said, I'm very into media. I'm gonna keep doing these videos. Whenever I accumulate a lot of stuff, I'm going to just make a big video about it. But if you want to see more of me, I'm actually doing a vlog in times videos, my Instagram profile, where I vlog every day in February up until Valentine's Day. Because in case you missed me on here, you can watch that. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye.